Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. The prolonged dangerous summer heat wave continues for portions of the south and southwest, with multiple new record temperatures in the forecast. Severe storms are possible for areas of the Great Plains, the Tennessee Valley, and Great Lakes, expanding across New England. More severe thunderstorms are forecast for the Plains, Ohio, and the Northeast into the weekend. Closer to home, today through the weekend, high pressure builds back over to cut off the main monsoon moisture tap, so we're going to see more above normal temperatures return over the weekend. Heat advisories may be issued for lowland areas for Saturday and Sunday. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. The Alamogordo Animal Control Facility has announced that it will be closed for maintenance and sterilization. The closure was put into place yesterday morning and will end on Monday at noon. White Sands National Park reports that July visitation was 60,270, which is a 4% decrease from July of last year. Year-to-date visitation, 464,000, which is a 3% increase from 2022. In July, 21 on-site interpretive programs were given. The Sunset Stroll was enjoyed by 363 people, and 5,300 visitors visited the visitor center and watched the orientation video. The 84th annual meeting of members for the Otero County Electric Co-op will be happening this Saturday at the Cloudcroft High School Gymnasium. Registration is at 8:30. The meeting will begin at 10, and a barbecue lunch will be served following the meeting. For information, visit ocec-inc.com. A canning workshop will be offered on October 25th and 26th. Participants must be 18 years or older to attend, and space is limited. Pre-registration is required. You can contact Kelly Knight, 575-437-0231 to pre-register. The class will be on canning tomatoes and salsa, and the supply fee is only $10. The Tularosa Animal Control Shelter prices were announced for owners surrendering their animals to the shelter. One dog is $25, one cat $15. If more than one dog or cat, it will be an additional $5 per animal. School starts next week, and the New Mexico Department of Transportation wants to remind the traveling public and pedestrians to think about traffic laws when in or near a school zone. Drivers, be sure to pay attention to the speed limit signs. Respect the crossing guard. Use extreme caution to avoid striking pedestrians. It doesn't matter who has the right-of-way. Be aware that children can be unpredictable. Yield to pedestrians crossing on a crosswalk. Do not stop on a marked crosswalk or impede a pedestrian's pathway at a marked intersection. Remember, you've got to stop behind a school bus with flashing lights and never pass a stopped school bus. The area 10 feet around a school bus is the most dangerous for children entering or exiting the bus. Pedestrians, look both ways before crossing. Do not expect a driver to yield to you if you're crossing on an unmarked pathway. Be sure to wear brightly colored or reflective clothing if you're walking at night. Only walk on designated sidewalks and pathways, and never jump into traffic or attempt to walk on the road. Tularosa High will hold a preseason parent meeting on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. at the Tularosa High School Gymnasium. All parents and guardians of Tularosa High students that plan to participate in any sport during the 23-24 school year are highly encouraged to attend. The Village of Tularosa notifies the public that there's going to be a special meeting for the Village of Tularosa this coming Monday, August 7th at 4 p.m. The Alamogordo City Commission regular meeting will be happening on Tuesday, August 8th at 6:30 at the Commission Chambers. Well, today is Friday. Let's get in a cat chat from Kitty City, NM.
Hi, this is Kathy Denton from Kitty City, NM, and welcome to this week's edition of Cat Chat. This week, Kitty City, NM is featuring a trio of kittens, Rhodey, Trip, and Krita. These beautiful kittens were found in a dumpster in El Paso when they were only 5 weeks old. A lady who lives in the apartment complex went to the dumpster to throw away her garbage, and she heard the kittens crying. She rescued the kittens from the dumpster. The lady knew about Kitty City, so she called and asked if she could bring the kittens to us. Of course, we said yes. Being rescued by this kind, compassionate lady was the first stroke of luck for these kittens. The second was that they were immediately taken into a loving foster home where the foster saw to their every need and showered them with affection. These kittens were raised with other kittens and 2 dogs, So we know that they like dogs and enjoy playing with other cats. And they are not afraid of the vacuum cleaner. These kittens are now 5 months old and are longing for their forever home. Rhodey is a black male, long-haired kitten with a silver undercoat. He is the master of purring. He likes to be held, cuddled, and loved. He loves to play with toys and anybody willing to play chase. Trip is also a long-haired black male. He is just a little bit shy, a little bit silly, a little bit nosy, and a whole lot of cuddly. He's a little bit small for his age, but not his attitude. Trip has large gold eyes, and when spoken to, his eyes become even larger with a look of pleasant surprise on his face. Krita is a sweet female with long, soft gray fur. She is tiny but mighty. She is way too cute and playful for her own good. Everyone adores Krita because she gives kisses when picked up and cuddled. She really likes to be held, and she lets you know it. All three of these kittens are delightful, beautiful, and charming. Just this past week, Rhodey and Trip were neutered, and Krita was spayed. All three are microchipped, have their rabies and distemper vaccinations. If anyone would like to see these adorable kittens, they will be at the next Kitty City adoption event at the White Sands Mall on Saturday, August 12th. Or arrangements can be made with the foster to meet with anyone at Kitty City to see the kittens. Come see the cats and kittens at Kitty City NM at 56 Stanley Ranch Road, or check out our website for our cats and kittens biographies and photographs at www.kittycitynm.com. Tomorrow, Saturday, August 5, there will not be an adoption event at the White Sands Mall. Circle all the other Saturdays in August, August 12, 19, and 26 for the Kitty City adoption events at the White Sands Mall from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Summer special of Double the Fun is adopt the first kitty at full price, and the second kitty will be half price. We will have lots of cuddly kittens and adorable adult cats for adoption waiting for their forever home. We will also feature dogs for adoption from Alamogordo Animal Control. This has been this week's edition of Cat Chat. I'm Kathy Denton, and we will be talking to you next week from Kitty City NM. Kitty City and you. No one loves them better.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
AlamogordoTownNews.com is a locally owned website featuring local news matters from a local perspective that affects you, and we bring it to you directly. Plus, local sports, cultural arts, and events. Online, AlamogordoTownNews.com. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County.
22-year-old Byron Yazzie Jr. from Tahachi pled guilty to sexual abuse of a minor, sexual abuse, and aggravated sexual abuse on March 23rd. He was indicted by a grand jury on June 15th of 2022. Yazzie sexually abused 3 minor victims between August and November of 2020. The United States Attorney for the District of New Mexico announced yesterday that Yazzie has been sentenced to 20 years in prison. Yazzie met the first victim, a minor under the age of 16, and began a sexual relationship with that victim sometime in August. On October 20th of 2020, Yazzie entered a sexual act with a second victim. The victim told Yazzie no in response to agreeing to having sex. On November 5th of 2020, Yazzie engaged in a sexual act with a third victim after providing alcohol, causing the victim to become so intoxicated that victim was incapable of participating in the sexual act itself. On November 6th of 2020, the second victim told a family member that Yazzie had assaulted the victim 2 days prior. During an interview with law enforcement, Yazzie admitted to sexually abusing that victim. When Yazzie is released from prison, he will undergo supervised release for life and must register as a sex offender. The Gallup resident agency of the FBI Albuquerque field office investigated the case. Kyria Milton, the Valencia County mom accused of killing her baby, changed her plea to guilty yesterday. She called 911 in 2021 when she found her baby deceased.
My baby's dead.
Your baby's dead? How do you know that the baby's dead? Okay, when was the last time that you saw the baby alive?
I saw him last night.
Okay, ma'am, what time was it that he started crying and wouldn't stop?
This was yesterday that he was crying and wouldn't stop, and it was like around dinner time the same. I was on the phone.
Valencia County deputies arrested Milton in 2021 at her home when officers found the 1-month-old baby boy dead with signs of blunt force trauma. That arrest came just a week after she called deputies for help, saying that she was afraid of what she might do to her children. Milton faces life in prison. Her sentencing hearing is expected to happen in a few months. The city of Deming is facing 2 lawsuits surrounding allegations that the city overbilled residents for water. Alexi Jackson, the former Deming Community Services Director, is leading the 2 lawsuits. Jackson states that in August of 2022, he began receiving informal complaints from Deming residents. Jackson says his own water bill was excessively and inexplicably high.
The size of water leaks people are getting billed for, your neighbors, your whole block could have a swimming hole.
Jackson says he told the utility supervisor and several others of the concerns regarding potential overbilling. Jackson states that his own home was billed for over 122,000 gallons of water in a period of about 30 days.
Getting to the bottom of what's happened, right? The truth. He wants to know what's going on with water billing and Deming.
A class action lawsuit could help reveal exactly what happened with the city's billing system. The lawsuit is focused on examining the extent of any alleged overbilling and getting accurate numbers on the issue. Levi Monongle, the lawyer helping Jackson, spoke with KRQE.
If overbilling is occurring and occurring in the way we think it is, then it's impacting thousands of people, and class action is appropriate at that point.
Jackson's also suing the city, claiming he was wrongfully terminated for raising red flags about the inconsistent billing. After Jackson sent administrators emails about the billing and posting on Facebook about the issue, he was placed on administrative leave without explanation. Aaron Serra, Deming city administrator, claims that the city has not yet seen the allegations made in the lawsuits. As for what Deming is doing about the overbilling concerns, back in November of 2022, Serra announced that Deming was hiring a firm to conduct an audit. A playground in New Mexico was destroyed after it caught fire in Clovis on Wednesday afternoon. Clovis city officials say a fire crew responded to Green Acres Park after the playground equipment had caught fire. Firefighters were able to quickly put those flames out. Officials say the playground equipment was installed between 1 month to 6 weeks ago and was 90% destroyed in the fire. City officials believe that fire was intentional, and the cost of the playground equipment is estimated at around $85,000. In early July, the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office got a call for a welfare check to make sure the resident of that home was okay. When deputies arrived, they could see the yard was in bad shape. Lee Four is a Navy veteran who's been struggling to keep up with his yard for a long time. Four is unable to stand without a cane, making tackling the 5-foot-tall weeds and other lawn problems impossible. Deputy Wesley Buster decided something had to be done, so the next day deputies came back and started knocking out those weeds. Now Four doesn't have to worry about clearing out his weeds until next year. Weather's coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
The Alamogordo Center of Commerce presents the 3rd annual Tularosa Basin Open Golf Tournament, Saturday, August 26th at Desert Lakes Golf Course, featuring celebrity guest John Carlos. Contact the Center of Commerce today to sponsor our guest speaker, breakfast and lunch, golf handbag, and more. Golfers, call Desert Lakes at 575-439-0290 to secure your spot in the 4-man scramble best ball tournament. See you on the green.
Your Crazy Radio spot on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies with a 20% chance of showers. Mostly clear tonight, sunny and hot tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 99. Low tonight of 74. High tomorrow, 103 degrees. In Cloudcroft, increasing cloudiness today with a 40% chance of showers and storms. Mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 77, low tonight of 55, high tomorrow, 80 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. We've also launched the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel, which will feature our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information that concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. That concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.